was built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on the gas, never stop.
What's up, guys? It's Intense Investor here, coming at you again for another lovely episode on my YouTube channel. Like always, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Be sure to check me out on Telegram, Discord, and on Twitter. And I've also been uploading my videos to Odyssey. It's like a decentralized YouTube, or a decentralized version of YouTube. So I think that's kind of an important thing, the way YouTube's been cracking down on some other crypto YouTubers and just YouTube channels in general. It's good that we got a decentralized version of that. They do have their own cryptocurrency. It's LBRY library coin. So you can make that library coin by watching videos on Odyssey. So it's a pretty cool ecosystem. It's just starting to grow pretty rapidly. There's already a few other crypto YouTubers on there. So be sure to check me out on there, subscribe. I do got a link in the description. So tonight I want to talk about RevelBots. It's a really cool project with some really big names behind it, you know, like Ubisoft. There's a couple others I'm going to go over, but really big backing. That's a plus. Really good team behind it. You can see the website here. It's just laid out really good. You know, really nice artwork. I'll just jump into it and go over it. They got this cool little intro thing on the website. I'll just go through it real quick. Just talks about, you know, like the storyline behind RevelBots. It's a play to earn game. Sort of like Axie Infinity, but the ecosystem is going to be quite a bit larger. You can buy NFTs. That means if you buy NFT, if you're a kingdom lord, then you can have so many lands in your kingdom that you can make a revenue share off of those lands. I'm going to go over the white paper briefly, but it's definitely worth like checking out RevelBots. You can also have like a team of 3 fighting bots that can fight, you know, against other teams. There's a couple ways you can earn money. You can play the game, or like I said, you can own the NFTs, which I'm going to go over here in a second. But right now I got like 10 of the NFTs. I bought them about 2 weeks ago when I noticed this was getting hot. I saw it on Twitter at first, so I thought, you know, I ought to jump into it. It looks pretty good. It's just not like some gimmicky little game like you see a lot of times come out, but this looks to be the real deal to me, and just the people that are behind it. So you got the skill-based play to earn game, which is part of it. Zol Wars is a digital collectible card game which takes 10 minutes to learn and a lifetime to master. Players get to build fierce team of fighting robots in their home base, defeat other teams in epic card battles. So you'll have this card game. And then you're going to have this adventure mode where you can battle vicious aliens and complete daily challenges for Zol rewards. So Zol is another coin in the ecosystem. You also got RBLS. There's like 4 different cryptos that are part of their ecosystem that are involved, you know, with like payments and rewards and stuff like that. Multiplayer mode. This is sort of like Axie, where you got 3 different robots, you know, versus 3 others from a different person on a different team. There might be some scholarships involved with this, where you, like, you know, pay people to fight with your robots and earn money. I think Axie, I'm not involved with Axie, but I know that's a thing with them, and some people have made a lot of profit. You know, you can build your bots with different parts, you know, kind of like the spider tanks on Gala Games or Axie. You got different rarity traits. You know, certain fighting bots are going to be worth more if they got better traits than others. And the same thing applies to these NFTs too. Certain NFTs, RevelBot NFTs, there's 10,000 of them that were minted. This was like last year when these were minted, and you could have minted them like so cheap. But now, you know, the floor has like really creeped up. We're going to go to OpenSea and check them out. But even from the time when I bought mine 2 weeks ago, the price has risen quite a bit. So like I said, you know, you'll own your own kingdom. You'll be like a kingdom lord, if you have one of these NFTs. And depending on the rarity and the traits, you can have more lands be part of your kingdom. So like if it's not that great of an NFT, you know, like you might just make like 6% revenue share and you'll have like 10 lands. But if it's a really good NFT, you might make like 50% revenue share and have like 30 lands. But those NFTs cost a lot more too because they're more rare. So you hit buy now. You kind of got to use the Discord. It kind of helps. You can use some other like Rarity Sniper, you know, to check the rarity of the NFTs. But the floor price right now, if you buy it now, is 0.42 ETH. And that's the cheapest bot. But if you go to the Discord and you go down to sniper section, you'll see if you type !snipe, you'll see the different rarity floors, and you know, like the rank if it's less than 3,000. You'll see people in here. You see they're checking like different numbers. For instance, if I want one that's rarity less than 1,000, I can click on the link. It'll take me. I get the number, right? Because it don't tell me here. It tells me the properties if it's got possibly some rare traits. But get the number 8328. Go back into here and type snipe 8328, and you'll see it come up. So see, that's a 30% revenue. And I was buying these for less than Ethereum 2 weeks ago. I'm pretty sure I bought 35% for like, you know, half an Ethereum or something like that. And now it's 1.59 Ethereum. So that just shows you how much the price of these have went up, you know, since that time. And dang, if you could have got these at mint time like a year ago and held them, you'd be making some serious bank cash right now. So anyway, going back to the website, let's go to the white paper. There's some good info there. You really got to go to the part if you're wanting to know about the kingdoms and the kingdom lords. There's a lot in this white paper. So they're going to use gameplay and mechanics known to millions of players, you know, kind of like Axie Infinity style games. So right here, the Kingdom Lords are Generation 1 Rebel Bots from the Rebel Bots collection. This is the most valuable NFT in the game, as each Rebel Bot is a Kingdom Lord. The game will start with 10,000 different kingdoms and Kingdom Lords. The Kingdom Lord is not a playable character. So if you own the NFT, you're a Kingdom Lord, right? So people can, they're going to give you so many lands. You remember when I pulled this up here? See each of these, like this revenue share on this NFT is 6%, and it'll have 13 lands. So he'll be a Kingdom Lord and he'll have 13 lands. Now, just owning the NFT, they will give you 1 land and 3 fighting bots for every NFT that you own. So if you go to this 15% revenue share, see he's got 16 lands. And you go to the one that's like 20%, he's got 18 lands. And then 25%'s got 19 lands. So the higher revenue share, it's more rare NFT, but you also are the Kingdom Lord of more lands also. It took me a little bit to just kind of understand that mechanic of the game. And here's a little chart, you know, based on the rarity. Top 9,000, like 1% revenue share. Top 100 gets 40% revenue share. And I got a couple that are like top 30%, 35% revenue share. And it just talks about pretty much what I just said here about revenue share, you know, on your kingdom, you know, how much you're going to make off of that. So it says here like the game's going to be launched with 150,000 lands. I have read on the Discord that the land launch is going to be in April, and the actual launch of the game is going to be in June. They just had, like, back in February, started it where you could buy the RBLS token, the Rebels token, and the price of Rebels token has went up like crazy. As you can see here, This is 4-hour chart. We were down into like the 30-cent range. I could have bought this, but I did not. I could have bought it around 30 cents. And this thing went like all the way up over $2. I mean, it went up to like 270. So that would have been quite a good return right there. I mean, you're talking like probably like a 10 times right there. But I did not buy it. So it's still good time to get in. It's $1.44. So 8.6 million market cap. It's really, really low right now. I think it's a great time to get into it. So during the land sale, 130,000 lands are going to be sold. 10,000 lands be given to each rebel bot owner in his own kingdom. That's the one land. So there's 10,000 NFTs. This is the easy way to look at it. 10,000 NFTs, 10,000 lands. So each bot owner, rebel bot owner, NFT owner, is going to get one land, right? And then 3 fighting bots. And here it says, prior to game launch, each land will be sold or given with a set of 3 fighting bots, allowing players to start battling from their first session in the game, and thus offering a simple onboarding process. After all 130,000 lands were sold, the game will issue new 10,000 Generation 2 Rebel bots. So there's going to be, looks like 4 generations here of Rebel bots. So the NFTs now are Generation 1. So those are going to be worth quite a pretty penny in the future, because they're the first generation. Then you're going to have second generation, third generation. And with those generations of new NFTs, you're also going to have new lands here. So, I mean, even like the 4th generation is going to have 150,000 and 300,000 lands. But Generation 1 is going to have the most, like 2,400,000. So, that's a lot. And then the total lands in the game is going to be 4,500,000. So that could be a lot of players playing on each one of those lands. If there's 4 million something players, that would take up all the lands, 4.5 million players. Players can own multiple lands, but can only play in one land at any time. If player chooses, he can rent these lands he is not playing in for new players who want to enter the game at a lower cost. So these lands can also be rented out to other players, which is kind of interesting. Every player in the game is part of a kingdom. So like if I was a kingdom lord and I had one of these rare NFTs, I would have that one land that's going to be given to me, but I can also buy additional land on April, and I think that's going to be randomized. Like I can't pick to buy land just in my kingdom. I think it's random when you buy the land. So that way, like, you don't got certain people just buying all the land in one kingdom, so it spreads it out if it's random, which is good. I think that's the best way to do that. Moving on, the fighting bots are also going to be, NFTs also. Like it says, players will need to build and assemble a balanced team of fighting bots in order to succeed in battles and progress in the game. Battles are held between 2 sides. Each has 3 fighting bots. These robots are used by kingdom players to win battles, and that's players on a particular piece of land. Each fighting bot's made from 5 different parts: head, torso, left arm, right arm, legs, and there'll probably be like more rare parts that you can get for different bots. Each part represents a different card and ability for the player to use in the battlefield. The head's the most important part, as it also determines the fighting bot robot class. Parts have different rarity that will determine the strength of the card in the battlefield and its cost. Once built, players will not be able to change the robot part. So once you build it, you're not going to be able to change it. And then it goes into classes. Fighting robots will be built in 3 classes. Classes determined by the robot head. Building a pure fight robot means that all parts are from the same class. So a pure fighting robot, all the parts from the same class. Each class has 3 subclasses: military bot, offensive units, high DPS, Industrial bots or defensive units can absorb more damage, and engineer bots or support units, repair and increase stats of other units. 3 classes have a rock, paper, scissors relationship in combat, providing bonuses and handicaps relative to others or each other. Each fighting bot will have 2 constant parameter and 1 dynamic parameter: hit point, speed, and morale. And the morale varies between 1 and 5. You know, I'm gonna put a link to this white paper. I don't want to just sit here and read this to you because it does get kind of monotonous and boring. But you got this card game. Battles are done with cards. Each player enters the battle with 3 robots, when each represents 5 cards. In battles, each card amount is doubled, making a deck of 30 cards for each player. Cards are presented in the game by the fighting bot parts and have the following parameters in them: class rarity, battery cost, damage, armor, special ability. So you got to choose the right combination, and the cards do have 4 different rarities: common, rare, epic, and legendary. So yeah, this is pretty deep. I mean, you get to look in, here's all the parts you can put together and build. You know, it costs resources to build each bot. But you know, the goal of the game is to make a fun and fast skilled base game. Will be the type of game where it takes 30 minutes to learn and a lifetime to master. So kind of like, you know, checkers or chess, but to really master it and to know how each team works together to defeat the opponent, that'll take a lifetime to master. Then you get into venture mode. This is a whole nother mode, single player mode, Rebel Bot game. Players will be able to progress in this mode between various levels. Each level will reward players with Zol, so that's another coin that's going to be part of the ecosystem. In this adventure mode, players travel between various habitats on Zolium, that's the planet that they're on in the game, with the goal to complete missions and clear locations of hostile aliens which drink the Zol from the planet Sol, only to use it later for malicious attacks against bad bases. And then you got player versus player multiplayer mode. You got like these ratings, matchmaking ratings. You're gonna have leagues. There's a lot. This white paper is really, really in depth. So the currencies and resources in the game, you got 2 cryptocurrencies and 3 game currencies. So the 2 cryptos are Zol and RBLS Rebels, and then the 3 game currencies are energy, spark, and parts. And you can kind of see on the white paper here what each thing does. You have leaderboards and season prizes. So some of the big investors that we got are Ubisoft, that was founded in 1986. They've been making games a long time. I remember like back for the original Nintendo, some of those games were Ubisoft. I used to play like when I was a kid in the 80s and the 90s. God, it's been a long time. Overwolf, that's another big game creator, over 95,000 creators and 27 million monthly active users. Makers Fund's another one, and then Polygon Studios also partnered with them. The other big one besides Overwolf, Ubisoft, Polygon is Animoca Games. They are probably one of the larger blockchain gaming companies, I believe, from what I've heard or what I've read. Very, very large gaming company. Have produced a lot of games, especially blockchain related games, sandbox stuff. They got their hands in a lot of different things. So you got some really big players behind this. Like I said, the game launches in June. They got it here on their website. And there's even going to be a RebelBots DAO in December 2023. So some really cool stuff going on here. I just wanted to give like a really quick update review on this. I did invest in it. I wanted to share it with you guys. You are my followers. You might have already seen this in the Discord and Telegram because we have been talking about it. I do encourage you to join the Discord, Telegram, follow me on Twitter. I do tweet stuff a lot of times that I don't share on YouTube or Discord or Telegram. So be sure to look on there for any updates I might give for just info, on stuff that I'm thinking about or maybe thinking about investing in. Just it all starts somewhere, right? So if you follow me on all those platforms, you'll probably see some things that you don't catch in the videos. I might do one video a week at the moment. I wish I could do more. I'm still working my full-time job, but I just try to stick with the best projects, the ones with the best utility, best team behind it, the biggest venture capitalists investing in it. And it's good to get in early. You don't want to get in late. I really want to get in early to these projects. And I feel like this is still early for RebelBots, and it's a great time to get in. So check it out. Check their Discord out. It's really active. You can see there's a lot of stuff going on in there. Go to the chat. If you buy a RebelBot, you can get verified, and you can be in some of these special chats like the Kingdom Lord chats and stuff. But go to the Resistance chat. You'll see a lot of activity in there. A lot of people chatting. A lot of people excited about the game and the potential for really good passive income with the rev share on some of these NFTs. And even if you just want to play the game with your fighting bots and make money that way, it's a great way to make passive income or income. So be sure to follow me, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like I said, check me out on other social media, Telegram, Discord, Twitter, and hope you guys have a good rest of your Sunday night and have a good week, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you.